So the AKB election 2017 is now over. As it does every year, Twitter exploded with all the oohs and the ahs and the WTFs. Now we could talk forever about rankings, about who's deserving and who's not deserving, about how many votes a member got or how far they rose or dropped, but that's all just stuff that happens every year. I think the most important thing to discuss this year, even more important than Sashihara Rino now winning it 3 years in a row, completing the three-peat, solidifying her as the greatest AKB member of all time. But like I said, even more important than that is the Suto Ririka marriage announcement. And no, I don't care that she's getting married, or if people say it's a scandal. What bothers me is that these quote-unquote news outlets are reporting on stuff like this for the sake of what? So to clarify, Suto Ririka, in the midst of her acceptance speech last night, she got 20th place and suddenly she announces that she's getting married. Much to the dismay and confusion of everyone watching. Is it a joke? Is she messing with us? Is she going to turn it around into some sort of cute play on words? People are still confused. So now that it's all over and after the fact, it's coming out that she may have been implicated in a scandal. She was caught on camera going to see a man who works in the medical field, and the story was going to be posted after the election, when obviously the most eyes are on the 48 group. So instead of sitting back and taking it, she launched a preemptive strike and beat Bunshun to the punch. Of course, some fans are distraught over the thought that she's probably going to leave. Some are applauding her for not sitting back and taking it. But I think the real conversation we should be having is why are news outlets reporting on this stuff in the first place? They talk about scandals. Let's be clear now, this isn't some sort of corrupt politician in the government. It's not some sort of baseball player cheating on his wife. It's just a young girl entertainer, quote unquote, breaking the rules of her entertainment contract. And I say quote unquote because I've talked about this in the past, where management knows idols are dating, but the no dating ban exists out of a necessity to keep the peace. So okay, let's say the love ban is this real serious thing. She broke the rules and she is this blight on society. She's a horrible example for young women and children everywhere. Let's call in the morality police and lock her up for good. Except that doesn't exist, because this isn't actually a real problem. This has never been a question of morals. Idols who get caught in scandals go off to live normal lives. In this case, good on Ririka for going ahead and committing. My only concern is, was it a bit too reactionary? Were they engaged beforehand, or was it just another way to stick it to Bunshun for effectively ruining her career? Now you might say that this was all within her own control, and that she would still be an idol if she hadn't broken the rules. But I'd like to point the focus back on where I think it needs to be. This kind of stuff is reported on for the sole purpose of that it makes money. This isn't some sort of emergency broadcast announcement, nor are they saving lives or changing the world. Nothing is being added to society. Reporting on idols' private relationships is straight up causing a car accident just so you can make money on everybody who slows down to watch. People are going to rubberneck. It's just the natural reaction. And you can bet your ass that tabloids and journalists know this. If you want to talk about something that I find questionable and objectionable, how about we talk about the stalking of these idols by news outlets? I've always had disdain for the paparazzi culture, and this is just another branch of it. All for the sake of making that dollar bill. This has been Idol Talk with DLJ. Thanks for listening.